Today we're taking a look at the open water from Vero watches. Vero watches are located here in the United States, actually in Oregon. They hand assemble all of their watches here in the United States. They also regulate their movements here in the United States, and they are using a Swiss movement. This is a special edition, a limited edition of only 55 pieces in this colorway. It's called the Safari, and it's in commemoration of the 55th anniversary of the Safari Special Mexican 1000 race. It's a race that goes through the desert and all different terrains. So this is a tough watch, and it sort of has a safari vibe to it. So let's flip the camera and take a look at a very limited edition Vero open water. I've seen a few people at watch events that were wearing Veros. They have a very distinctive look. Essentially their entire case, their bracelet, their bezel, everything is bead blasted, and their bezels are all DLC plated. So they're all DLC plated in black, I believe, although they might make other colors as well. This is actually a special edition that I have to show you today. It is limited, and it is very limited to only 55 pieces. So basically only 55 of these watches were made, and this is to commemorate the 55th anniversary of the Safari Special Mexican 1000 race. So this is a race that goes over lots of territory. It's a car race, obviously, so this has some automotive inspiration. Colors wise, it looks like a safari colored watch, and it comes on a really nice strap that is a Horween leather strap. It also comes in a really nice leather pouch signed Vero. I also have the bracelet to show you guys, but I left it on the strap because this Horween leather strap is like a rally strap. It has these perforations in it that are very large. It sort of goes with the theme here. This is called the Safari, and as I mentioned, limited to 55 pieces. This has a tan gray dial. That's how I would describe it. It's not gray, it's not tan, it's somewhere in between. And then of course you have that black DLC bezel. It's a very wide bezel, and it's 60 clicks. You also get a DLC crown. That DLC crown matches or lines up with these crown guards. You can see the crown guards are very large and stick out pretty far, and they actually match up with the crown. So the crown is not huge, but it's large because you have those large crown guards. So I think it looks really good. The bezel, like I said, is 60 clicks. Let's take a listen. It's really interesting because you don't have a bezel insert. So this is a solid piece of stainless steel. It's bead blasted, and then I would imagine they put a DLC coating on top. The entire case is bead blasted, or media blasted. So when you look at the case, it's a tool watch. You have a screwed in crown, screwed in case back. It's 200 meters of water resistance. This is their open water platform. So this is their dive watch. They usually sell this on a bracelet, and this is the bracelet that they sell it on. So it's like an H-link bracelet that is all bead blasted. It's a really nice bracelet. However, I have to say, on the strap, this watch looks amazing. I think it would look not as cool on the bracelet in this one case. Usually I am all about the bracelet, but this strap is really very nice. It also tapers really nicely. I just like the overall look and feel of the watch on this strap. So when you're measuring it at the bezel, basically 41 millimeters spot on. Also, the watch is assembled here in the United States, and of course you're using a Swiss Sellita SW200, which I believe is regulated here in the United States. So I believe it's assembled and regulated here in the United States, which is really good. The lug to lug on here on the bracelet is, I believe, somewhere in the neighborhood of around 48 millimeters, so 47.7 millimeters. The crown on the smaller side because of course you have those big crown guards, 5.1 millimeters. And then you do have a sapphire crystal that is domed with AR coating, 200 meters of water resistance, under 11 millimeters thick. That is excellent. So this is a very thin watch. So obviously a lot of attention to detail on this watch. Really cool look. Very distinctive look. There's not many watches, not many micro brands that look this way. So they came up with their own design, those big crown guards, the little crown, and that big bezel that is DLC plated. Very cool. And I believe this has pretty good loom. So we will do a loom shot at the end of the video. Very quickly, let me show you the watch that I have on my wrist. Today I have on my Romain Jerome. I normally don't like Romain Jerome. However, every time I show this watch, I mention the fact that I like the designer behind this watch, and I also like the movement that's in this watch. A really, really cool watch that I've had for a little while, and I do wear it pretty often. It is one of my favorite watches, I would say. Well, there it is on my 7.5-inch wrist, 10.5 millimeters thick. So you could see it wears very snug to the wrist. Not a thick watch, especially considering 200 meters of water resistance. I did want to mention the dial here is a matte color, so that tan gray is in a matte color. You have black hands, and they're stick hands for the hours and minutes. Those are loomed, and they match the indices very, very well. You have beaver teeth at the 12 o'clock position, and then all the other primaries are just sticks or half sticks. Looks very, very clean. I think that's kind of what they were going for. Very neat dial. Not a lot on there, just the logo below the 12 o'clock index. Right above the 6 o'clock index, it just says automatic. That's it. The second hand is in a tan color as well. I don't know if that's loomed, but we will do a loom shot and check that out. Price on this is $850. That's $850 on the strap, I believe. I will put a link to this watch down in the description below. They're only making 55 of these, and I believe they will not make this colorway again. So if you are interested in this, really a very good looking watch. So loom, very nicely applied. There's actually loom on the bezel as well, as you can see. The bezel has little markings on it, so the bezel is partially loomed. The first 15 minutes have a little bit more loom than the rest of the bezel itself, but other than that, that's just to give you a little orientation in the dark, I guess. Loom is excellent. I wish there was a little bit of loom on the second hand. That's unfortunate. I would like to see that the watch is working in the dark, but other than that, I cannot complain about the loom. I think it's pretty liberally applied and lasts a pretty long time. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I think this looks really cool on this strap with this color combination, and so they're not making a lot of these, which is also really cool. Tell me what you think down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It's super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Anyway, guys, thank you for logging on. I will catch you guys in the next video.